What is up, everybody? This is Marvel Contest of Champions Summoner Showdown Week 4. I am Josh Soleil, and this is brought to you by Kabam. Guys, it's been crazy 3 weeks. Let's check out the highlights from the last week.
We're 1/3 of the way through Marvel's Contest of Champions Summoner Showdown, and it's only getting started. Each week, 3 contestants come to New York City and compete in a specially crafted challenge for a chance to advance to the finals at New York Comic-Con. On August 14th, Captain Bagel, Atreyu Montoya, and DT Melodic Metal took on an unbeatable war machine. Captain Bagel started us off with a great first round. Not only did he survive the entire 3 minutes, but he still had 75.31% HP left. He set the tone with Wolverine and put the pressure on the rest of the players. Our next contestant, Atreyu Montoya, thought he could do better by being a bit more aggressive. After activating his various heals, it was still not enough to hold on, and he was KO'd with 31 seconds left. For the second week in a row, the best was saved for last. DT Melodic Metal's strategy proved that Wolverine really is the best there is at what he does, and what he does is surviving. He lasted the entire fight, finishing with 90.43% of his HP left. DT has won this battle, but will he win the war? By joining the Final 9, he'll definitely have the chance. This week, we'll have 3 new competitors. Which challenge will they be up against? Who will lock their place in with the Final 9? All of those questions will be answered on Marvel's Contest of Champions Summoner Showdown.
What's up, guys? We are here with Ryan Panagos, aka Agent M. Now, last time we did this, the Maestro Mayhem Challenge, no one could defeat Maestro.
How could you?
How
He's
could
the
you?
Maestro.
He is the Maestro. And we're seeing in Marvel Contest of Champions a very specific Maestro.
Yes, so previously we talked about the Maestro from the original comics, but the Maestro who is in Marvel Contest of Champions is really cool. He's got his own backstory. We learned about that backstory in the Marvel Contest of Champions comic book, which was written by Al Ewing, who's doing Immortal Hulk right now. So he knows a thing or two about Hulks and getting them really gnarly. In this one, the Maestro is sort of a last survivor. He's found by the Collector and the Grandmaster in space, and he is basically forced into fighting 11 other massively powerful people. But that's really crucial because in the game, we see the Maestro with a cool piece of armor, right? Mm-hmm. Well, that armor is from the Iron Hulk. It's a Tony Stark who was actually the one who created the Gamma Bomb, turned himself into a Hulk, but still remained Iron Man. Maestro rips his head off.
He just rips his head off?
That's what you do, bro. And he takes the armor, right? So the shield that he has in the game, he actually took that from a Red Skull Captain America mashup. Really nasty character. But he kills that guy, takes the shield. He's got 2 swords, as we see in Marvel Contest of Champions. He's got the Soul Sword, which is Magic's, and he's got the Godslayer Sword, which is Gamora's. So he is kitted out really hardcore. That's why he's so dang tough in this game, because he earned all that stuff. He's brutal.
Well, I do not envy the competitors this week, but we are not alone. We have Langston, Belton, Arbitrarium in the booth. How y'all doing?
We are doing great, Josh and Ryan. Like you said, I am Langston Belton. I am joined by YouTuber and Marvel Contest of Champions player extraordinaire, Arbitrarium. How are you, Arby?
I'm well, thank you. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Most don't ask. No, it's fine. But we don't need to know how we're doing today because today's challenge is the Maestro's Mayhem. So let's take a look at what this challenge is going to be today. So it is a speed challenge. There's going to be no time limit. And we're deciding the winner today based on fastest KO. Now, if none of the players can beat the Maestro, if the Maestro is too tough, we will then determine the winner based on the most damage dealt out to the Maestro. That is not going to be an easy task because the Maestro has some tricks up his sleeves, does he not, Arby?
He does. So he does have the original powers from the OG Maestro. He has the 6 powers combined of Fury Buff and Heal Block, which is 10 seconds of Heal Block after every single one of his special attacks. In addition, for this fight, he also has Unblockable, which means that all of his special attacks are unblockable, and a Limber, which decreases the duration of any stun debuffs by 10%. And that means they're going to have to be real careful about when they decide to parry.
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. The deck is stacked against our champions. So let's see who is first on the block to take on this Summoner Showdown.
Hailing from Spring, Texas, it's JJW. His method of play is try again, and he's the alliance leader of the Simian Defense Force, as well as the producer of a popular Marvel Contest of Champions podcast. But he still makes time to play. His most used champions are Ghost, Corvus Glaive, and Spider-Man, Stark Enhanced. Part of his player's strength is his intimidating internet presence. Let's see how he intimidates the competition today. Get ready for JJW.
JJW here at Marvel offices to compete to win a trip to New York Comic-Con.
Yes, that's right. I'm going to beat them all.
Yeah, that's the
All of-
spirit.
all of them.
So you guys also produce a Marvel Contest of Champion podcast.
We have a podcast. I'm competing against my friends. I have to throw both of them under the bus today.
How does it make
And,
you feel?
I mean, I don't feel bad about it. I'm hoping that I've psyched them out enough all day. So
right.
I think this is mine to
Well,
lose.
you're choosing Magic.
Yeah.
Go ahead and start that 1 minute warm up.
All right.
So
No mercy. I
no
like
mercy.
it.
No mercy. Here
No
we go.
pity. It's good. Magic, amazing. So we previously talked a little bit about a history of Magic in one of our episodes. I wanted to give a quick little, like, hey, here are some great comics to read. We talked about her first appearance on Uncanny X-Men 160. We talked about the Magic Limited series from 1983. But, you know, she was part of the New Mutants for a really long time. We have a new Mutants character joining Marvel Contest of Champions. We're going to talk about that later in the show. But on New Mutants, she was on the team for a very long time. There's some great issues in there. Issues 14 is when she joins the team. It's a story called Do You Believe in Magic? Aw, that's real cute.
That's nice.
Issue 50 is mostly set in Limbo, where she became the magic sorceress that she is. And number 73 is a huge, huge issue, really centered around her and her battle with the demonic parts of her. And she actually turns back into the 6-year-old child that she was before she was brought into Limbo. From there, she dies. She gets killed. She gets brought back. It's wild. She's got a great story, lots of history.
All right, and that is a warm up. Go ahead and exit out of there. I see you're waiting for him to use that special 2.
Oh,
I know
yes.
it's tough. It's tough.
Yes.
Go and quit out of that. So Langston, RB, what are your thoughts on Magic?
You know what? I do believe in Magic. I do now, thanks to that. Yeah, break it down, Arby. What are we thinking with Magic?
She's one of my favorite champions because she's predictable. Unlike other power controllers, you know exactly when you're going to get it and how long it's going to last. The same is true, generally speaking, for her re-healing ability, for her to gain her ability back. Sometimes it's random, but you always get it with your L2, so that's really helpful.
So now going into this, we're going to be looking for Magic to do damage up top or kind of hang out? Like, what's the strategy there?
She's going to want to be careful about when she uses her SB2s and does magic because she wants to control the power on Maestro's side. So he's going to have to be very careful about when he uses his abilities and when he hits Maestro.
It's going to be tough. All right, let's kick it back down to the gaming lounge and get this match started.
JJW, here we go to win a trip to New York Comic-Con.
Yes.
You ready?
I am.
Are you sure?
I'm so ready. I mean, you can feel it coming off of my
Emanating.
essence. Yes. All right.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Okay, here we go. Arby, break down what we're seeing in the beginning of this match.
So the first thing is he stacked a dexterity that gives him additional hit damage when he does a crit. He's going to want to bait out some of those heavy attacks and try to come in and intercept and get as much damage as he can. Ooh, he's just
Oh, my
about to...
goodness.
He was able to save it. I thought he was going to hit him and push him into SP1.
Yeah, we already know, like, hey, don't get hit by the Maestro because it goes, oh, look at these big swings. Now, I'm realizing that the Maestro hasn't done any he has enough power bar for special 1. Is it worth it to wait out specials when you're taking on a challenge this bad?
So it's worth it to wait out specials in this particular case because that SB1 is so hard to evade exactly correct. I'm sure that JJ's been practicing and he's all for it, but I think he's trying to wait out and get a really good attack in so that he can push him directly from SP1 to SP2.
Nice. He's very focused on throwing his friends under the bus.
It's going to be a spicy Sunday.
I know, very specific. You still have to do the podcast after this, so like, all right, got a little stun state for the Maestro. Now talk about that limber buff.
So the limber buff means that he only will get a full stun on the first parry. After that, it goes down by 10% each time, which means he's going to have to be really... Ooh.
Oh.
He stole just enough to give him just back the L1. That's going to be rough if he can do it.
Unblockable. Like you said, specials are unblockable.
Unblockable.
Oh my goodness. So much damage down to 2. Oh, KO. Oh man, the Maestro has already claimed 1 victim. Let's head back down to the gaming lounge. Josh, what's going on down there? How you feeling?
JJW, that was so tough to watch because
Yeah,
you had him in that
right.
special 2, but then it went back to the special 1.
Yeah. That was a mistake.
It's all right. It's tough. It's a tough game.
It is.
1 minute and 18 seconds is the fight
Yeah.
duration.
Yeah.
Would you have stuck with Magic?
Oh, it would have. I think that was my best chance. I think it was a good strategy. I know that they have a better strategy, but I just don't think I could pull it off. So I thought I could do this. So they got to beat 118.
I love how you insulted them in the beginning and now you're
Yeah,
complimenting
I mean, I
them.
believe in them. I just don't believe in them as much as I believe in me.
That's what matters. All right, JJW, thank you so much.
All right.
Langston, RB, give us that match details.
RB tough. It was tough. I believed in magic, and then all of a sudden that special one came out, and the balance was balanced. We saw what happened. So break down. What do you think some of the keys were to things going wrong for JGW?
I think you hate to see it when he was able to get his L2 in to kind of power control. It unfortunately took just enough that left the SP1, and I think that's really where he went wrong because those are so hard. You only get one, so if you miss one, you die.
Exactly. Yeah. Hey, listen. If you miss one, you die. Words to live by. Listen, I think I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at this game. I'm looking at the Maestro, and just like again, like the reach of the Maestro and like the evades back and forth. I don't know. The timing of it seems like that's maybe one of the most crucial elements as well, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right. So listen, we are going to keep things going here with our next contestant. Let's see who's next up on the Summoner Showdown.
Coming to us from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, it's Roasted Bagel. Marvel Contest of Champions is his digital hobby and guilty pleasure because it combines competition, Marvel, and the nostalgia from his fighting game days as a kid. He's been playing Marvel Contest of Champions since the day it came out, and his most used champions are Ghost, Killmonger, and Void. He wants to win, and he knows he'll have to beat the very best competitors this game has to offer to do it. Get ready for Roasted Bagel.
Roasted Bagel. What is up, Marvel Office?
It's amazing.
So I gotta say, let's say you win this. How many bagels are you gonna eat?
Probably 3.5.
3.5.
That's it?
Maybe 4.
New York bagels, man.
If
Get
they're
them
New York
in while you
bagels,
can.
it'll be 5.
Have you had a New York bagel yet?
I did not. Tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully it's a victory bagel.
Just
Not,
let's
please.
go. Let's go. It's good.
All right. So you're
I'm
choosing
very
Spider-Gwen. You have a 1-minute warm-up. Go and hit that fight button for us, and let's see how we do.
All right.
Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
She's been by a spider.
Yes. So she is from Earth 65. She's an alternate reality spider hero. Her Peter Parker actually did not get bit. He wanted to be special like her, so he takes a formula. He becomes the Lizard. He tragically dies. That's sort of the power and responsibility part of her origin. She feels completely devastated by it, but she was first created by Jason Latour, Robbie Rodriguez in Edge of Spider-Verse #2. That is 2014. She became so popular and was such an important part of Spider-Verse that she got her own title just months later. So everybody loves Spider-Gwen, who is now called Ghost Spider. Yeah, everybody loves her. She's got great character. She's now sort of splitting her time between the main Marvel universe and her home universe. She's going to school where Peter Parker is a teacher.
One thing I love about Spider-Gwen is her father knows who she is.
Yeah.
Which is great. All right, 1-minute warm-up is over. Go and hit that pause button and exit out of that fight. Fantastic job. You lowered down to 44%. Woo, all right, you're making
I'll try to repeat that.
Let's see if you can. I love that. Go ahead and choose your character. And Langston, RB, looks like Spider-Gwen is the one we're going to choose, correct?
Spider-Gwen's.
Roasted Bagel almost roasted the Maestro with that Spider-Gwen. That was
I
awesome.
am so stoked. I heard Darky Diggy Dave mention it at the end of the last Maestro, and I was super stoked that someone would choose it today, and I'm so glad that he did.
Oh yeah, so break down Spider-Gwen. You seem excited. I think you're a fan of Spider-Gwen.
I'm a huge Spider-Gwen fan. So in this particular case, there's a couple reasons why she's going to help us out. And number one is that she begins with a charge, but she gets an additional 3 charges just for being at a class disadvantage, which of course everyone is in the Maestro fight. And then if you take 5 hits, you get another one. Once you have your 5 Spider Sense charges, you actually can evade all the specials without trying. You just have to be careful because our players are so used to trying to evade or block on their own that it will not work if he tries to block. So he just needs to let it go and let it happen.
Hey, she not only good at gaming advice, but good at life advice. Let it go. Let it happen. All right, let's kick it back down to the gaming lounge. Let's get this bad boy started. Come on now.
All right, Roasted Bagel. Looks like RB is super excited that you're choosing Spider-Gwen.
Figured
you got
she
a
would
huge
be.
fan. All right, you have to beat 79%, so lower than 79% for Maestro's health.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
New York Comic-Con trip on the line. 3, 2, 1, fight!
Okay, Roasted Bagel up. All right, break down what we're seeing up top here.
Okay, so to start with, he might actually go ahead and take a couple of those hits. He does need to take some hits to get his 5th buff to guarantee that he will completely evade. It looks like he's actually going to try and get in some hits, push up the SB1 on Maestro, and then he'll hold off and hopefully try to push him forward. In his case, it's not as important that he either goes directly from SP1 to SP2 because he knows he'll be able to evade it.
Nice. Oh, this Maestro. One thing I love about the Maestro is like the animations. Every hit looks like it is designed to put you away. We got a little stun state, but every hit the Maestro throws is like, this fight needs to be over now.
He has it in for Spider-Gwen.
I know, and you know what? Because Spider-Gwen so quick and not going away. And then Roasted Bagel doing good, but taking a couple of those hits now as the fight goes on. You're gonna not want to take that damage, right?
We do not want to take that damage. It looks like he's getting some of those evades. I thought he was losing the map fight, but he was able to get that L2 in just at the last moment, so he can still get some more hits in.
Good. The Maestro down to 53%, 47. This is going great, but the health is kind of like evening out a little bit. I think Roasted Bagel's doing great.
He might go all the way.
Now this is good, looking good. This is looking good. Maestro down to 34%. Again, those big haymakers just coming in and out, which I love. I love again. Wow, nice.
He cannot afford to get hit again. He's super low, and he just needs to wait it out and be patient.
All right, let it happen. Let it go, Roasted Bagel. We're all willing. We're all sending good vibes. Still have him. Let it go. Down to 31%. And again, if he beats the Maestro,
he will be the first one, right?
Yeah,
first person to beat the Maestro. He's got it in him. I know he can do it.
No, come on, Roasted
All
Bagel.
right, bait out that L2. You've got this.
Exactly. Yeah, when you see the power level of Maestro is going to. Oh, here
there
we go.
All
Dodge
right, go
gets
all
in. Here we go. Big rush.
Big hits. Big
15%, 9% for the Maestro. The Maestro on his heels. And Gwen's got room to move. This is so exciting. This is so great. Okay.
And he got the evades. All you gotta do is run in.
Right, because he has his evades. The spit 3, 2. That's
woo!
KO. Roasted Bagel is the first person to take down the Maestro. Let's get back down to the gaming lounge. Where I'm sure there must be confetti, right? Let's go.
We weren't prepared for this moment. Oh my good golly gosh! Wow. How did it feel?
Nerve-wracking. For everyone in the room.
4 bagels, and he's gonna eat 4 bagels.
Yeah, we're gonna kick it back to them in a second. You're gonna throw up all over the floor because you're so nervous.
I'm already looking for a garbage can right now.
So great, you crushed it. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Fantastically done, Langston. RB, guide us through that amazing match.
What do you want me to say? My girl Spider-Gwen came in clutch.
You see, I was saying, I feel like we got the rub. We got the arbitrary rub for Spider-Gwen.
Luck.
Break down why was Spider-Gwen the one to go with, the champion to go with for this fight?
Well, I think because there's only so much you can do to control the specials being attacked, that when you have the ability to completely evade your L1, you have the ability to win the game.
Mm-hmm. No, listen. We gotta say we got one more player. One more player that's gonna attempt to defeat the Maestro and de-seat Roasted Bagel. Let's see who it's gonna be.
Joining us from Benton, Kentucky, it's Deacon OTR. A father of 5 and a radio DJ for 24 years, Deacon OTR has been a Marvel fan since he was a kid. His play style is smart and conservative, not too defensive, not too offensive. And his most used champions are Venom, Archangel, and Ghost Rider. Get ready for Deacon OTR.
Deacon OTR, what is up? Welcome, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So, are your kids watching today?
Absolutely.
Yes, that's awesome.
Yes, I've got 5. Hi to Kendra and Alex and Deacon and Maggie and Ayla.
Deacon, wait, your name?
Yes, that's where I'm named after.
Is that your favorite child?
Yeah, no.
I'm glad you asked.
I got you. All right, we have a 1-minute warm-up. Go ahead and hit fight. I see Spider-Gwen is chosen.
Yeah.
Brian, what do we got?
First off, I just want to say, love that cable t-shirt. It's real good. So there's been a bunch of stories with Spider-Gwen. She's actually now in the comics, she has lost her natural, well, I guess the scientific power she got from the radioactive spider bite. She now has a symbiote, which gives her her powers. And it's really cool the way it's portrayed as like these little like gummy spiders that are everywhere. There's a really cool story that writer Shauna McGuire is telling right now in the Ghost Spider comics about how they need to eat. These little spiders, they need to feed to get the power, and that's why she's like, she's gonna be a better hero if she just like eats a sandwich now and then, which is, I love sandwiches.
I love sandwiches.
Yeah, it's real fun. Spider-Gwen's great. She's teamed up with Miles Morales. Like in another reality, she and Miles have a future together. It's really cool. Spider-Ham is a pal of hers. Of course, we've all seen that on screen, but seeing it in the comics first and how that all came together has been tremendous. Wonderful hero.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Warm-up is over. Go ahead, pause, and get out of that match. Will you be sticking with Spider-Gwen?
Absolutely. She's a good choice.
Yes. All right, Langston, RB, what are your thoughts on Spider-Gwen?
I'm not surprised. Also, big shout out to Josh trying to break up a family by asking who the favorite child was. But listen, Spider-Gwen, I think we're gonna stick with it. I can't disagree. Right?
No, actually, first of all, I'm stoked about the Spider-Gwen head-to-head. Good choices. Secondly, I do think there is a possibility that he can pull it off because he got he being Toasted Bagel. Roasted bagel. I'm so sorry, Bagel.
Roasted, we love them all. We love all the
Roasted Bagel. He did get he had a really hard time baiting out the L2 towards the end of the last fight. It went really long, and if we can get a little bit better luck and he can bait out the specials a little bit better, I think he has a chance.
All we need is that Maestro to let them specials out. We might be able to take him down, but let's go back down to the gaming lounge and see how this whole thing is going to shake down because it's our final contestant. Let's do it.
All right, Deacon. You have to defeat Maestro.
I know. Bagel put up quite a challenge for me.
Are you buying him bagels?
No. Absolutely not.
I believe in you.
Thank you.
I would love to see 2 people beat Maestro in one day. That would be insane. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Win a trip to New York Comic Con.
Absolutely.
3, 2, 1, fight!
All right, we're going to see. We're going to see right now if Josh's wish can come true. If someone else is going to beat the Maestro, the time to beat is 2:02. Ari, break it down for us.
So I did notice in his warm-up, he actually did not take those hits even under a block in order to get his fifth Spider Sense charge. So I was interested to see if he was trying to save health. It looks like he was trying to improve his health economy versus making sure he had the 5th buff.
Yeah, it's what always fascinates me about seeing how each of our players, their strategy is like. Again, you get to see what other players do. You get to see what other players, what their strategies are. So all the minute adjustments, and as you're breaking it down for us, like it's so fascinating to see how these guys have to like essentially change their game plan as they are executing their game plan, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He actually does get a little bit, I think, of a buff because he gets to be last, so he got to see what worked for Roasted Bagel and what did not. He's killing it, dude.
He's doing it great. He's already got him down to 43% damage. Again, that time to beat is 2:02. Oh, it's again, don't get hit. Don't get hit. Don't get hit. Listen, don't get hit. Let it go. Let it happen. These are things that work. Oh no! Oh my goodness. The Maestro has claimed his second victim of the day. I think that's going to give us a winner, but let's get back onto the gaming lounge and see the aftermath.
Deacon, you had an amazing start. You were hitting everything you needed to hit, but that last bit, Maestro was just like, no.
I made one small mistake, and in this game, that can be everything.
Absolutely.
5 children just crying.
They
their
are.
eyes
They're
out
bawling
right
their eyes out right now.
Langston, RB, what are the official results of Week 4?
Listen, I don't think we need to.
I don't think we need to drag it out.
Yeah. This week's winner is Roasted Bagel. Oh yes, with the Spider-Gwen. So Arbitrarium was she flying the flag, Spider-Gwen flag. Roasted Bagel. He's gonna go to New York Comic Con, join that final 9. This was really awesome. It was really cool to see somebody beat one of these challenges.
Oh, I am super jealous. Maestro was extremely hard for me to beat the first time, and I'm an OG Spider-Gwen fan. I think her updates have helped, but I'm really proud of him overall.
Well, listen, this was maybe the most exciting Summoner Showdown yet. Now that we have our newest winner, Roasted Bagel. I've been Langston Belton. This is the lovely Arbitrarium. And hey, let's head back down to the gaming lounge with Josh and Agent M.
Roasted Bagel. My goodness. The only one who has defeated Maestro. So, how does it feel?
Well, it feels great, obviously. I was pretty sure that Deacon was going to take it. And I was submitting my trip to New York, and unfortunately, as he said, the game throws you a curveball, and you never know what can happen. But I'm like getting kerflipped. I'm so excited.
Kerflipped, I love it.
So there's 5 more weeks of this program. You know, we've got a lot more contestants to go. Do you watch them? How do you prepare to go to New York Comic Con?
So great question. I've watched pretty much all of them. I have to give a shout out to Dave. Dave was one of the reasons, and RV, that Spider-Gwen was a reason I chose her. They're all really smart that are coming up, and they're all going to be a huge challenge come New York Comic Con. So I'm just going along for the ride. That's all.
It's a strong community. They're learning from each other. I love it. Guys, this is Marvel Contest of Champions Summoner Showdown every Wednesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time before New York Comic Con. I Cannot wait to show you this trailer as well for Warlock and Sunspot.
Yeah, of course, Warlock, one of my favorite characters. He's one of our new mutants, and you know, every episode comes to you. Next one is next Wednesday, 4 p.m. Very excited.
And Warlock is playable tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Tomorrow! That's why I'm
Boom.
so excited. Guys, I am Josh Saleh.
I'm Ryan Panagos,
This is Marvel.
your universe.